Well, what's up everybody, I'm Matt, welcome to the video. So those of you that watch the channel regularly will know over the last month or so I've been really into me flying me whoops. Now this is a little analog whoop that I built, really enjoying flying these, but I'm also enjoying flying little micro quads like this. This is the Baby Turtle HD build that I did a while ago. I've got a video on this quad which I'll put a link to above there. Now this is a little 04 build, so I thought, what would happen if you combine this quad with this quad? You'd end up with this. This is the Betafpv Meteor 75 Pro, the 04 version. So in this video, we're going to have a look at this. We're going to do a little quick unboxing, and then we're going to take it out for a fly and see what we think. So let's go. Now, just to be clear, I have bought this with my own money. I haven't been sent this or anything. So everything you see in this overview, review, whatever you want to call it, is my 100% honest opinion. So, right. And just one last thing. This is the plug and play version, and basically what that means is you have to provide your own 04 air unit. So there is some self-assembly required with this one, but anyway, right, we'll have a quick look in the box now, and then we'll take it for a fly. Right, so we aren't going to do a complete unboxing here, but there is a couple of things I want to look at in here before we get it built and take it out for a fly. One of them's in there, and the other one is there. This is the Matrix 1S 3-in-1. Now this thing's a work of art. Just look at that. Now obviously this is 1S. It's 3-in-1, which basically means it's ESC flight controller and Express LRS receiver all in one. Now this is built-in 2.4 gig Express LRS. The ESC is 12 amp, which is quite high for a 1S to be fair, but I suppose it is turning these great big, what are they, 1102 22,000 kV motors and 45mm props. So yeah, the ESC is 12 amp continuous with a peak of 18 amps. Like I say, it's really really high for a 1S, that, which is great. And the other thing that I want really impressive is this little plug here. Now this is a direct plug for the DJI 04. And what this little thing does here is when you're flying, if you just powered your 04 from a lipo, once it drops below, I think it's 3.5 volts, it basically browns out and shuts down. The little beck on here keeps it powered up so that even when your battery drops down to 3.2, 3.1, it still keeps the 04 powered. How it does that, I have no idea. I can only assume it's witchcraft. Now the other thing I want to quickly check out is this little bit here. This is the mounting system for the 04 camera. So I'll get this out now, assemble it, and we'll have a quick look. Right, so there's the little dampened holder for the camera. I'm not going to lie, that was one of the most fiddliest fucking things I've ever had to do in my life. But it'd be interesting to see if this works well or not. I've heard people have good experiences and bad experiences with it. Basically what it is the rear bracket is attached to the outside by, you get these little rubber grommets that go between the two, and then the screw holes on the back bracket screw into the holes on the canopy there, and your camera sits in this front bit, and obviously that holds it still. And then that leaves the front camera with the gyro in the 04, don't forget it's in the camera. In theory, that should isolate the camera from the vibrations of the quad. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see if that works. So, right, enough prattling about now, let's get it built and then we'll take it out for a fly. Right, so we've got it all built now. It's actually slightly bigger than I was thinking. I know it's a 75 Pro, but basically what that means is I think the actual dimensions of it motor post to motor post are 80mm. So I mean, if you compare it to 65mm tiny whoop, there is quite a bit of difference in size there, but obviously bigger motors, bigger props. So the plan for when we go out. Now I think my plan is with this, knowing about the issues that I know about, you know, there's a lot of problems with jello and stuff on this quad from what I've heard. So I think what my plan is, I've got 4 batteries there, and what I'm going to do, battery 1, we're going to go for a cruise about with RockSteady on, actually on the 04 itself. And then we're going to do the second pack, a bit of freestyle, a bit of light freestyle, you know, just flips and rolls. Same again with RockSteady on. And then for packs 3 and 4, we're going to do the same again, but I'm going to have the onboard stabilisation turned off, and we're going to run it through Gyroflow on the computer to sort of see what the results are. So, right, enough waffling on. Let's get out to the park, take it for a fly. Right, so here we are at the park. Nice sunny day, as you can see. Now as you take off there, I don't know whether you could see it or not, we had a few vibrations in the camera. Now like I said, the plan is for this one is just to have a little steady fly around the park. This is 4K 60 frames a second with RockSteady turned on. Now we can already see here I'm having some severe jello in the HD footage. The goggle footage isn't too bad, but you can see some vibrations now and again. So as you try a little bit of sort of steady footage here. Now I'm not sure whether I had some sort of fingerprint or something on my lens looking at this. There is a slight bit of fuzz in a certain area, but yeah, there is a lot of jello in this footage. I know the bright sunshine doesn't help. The goggle, like I said, the goggle footage isn't too bad at all, really. Right, this is a sort of freestyle sort of section. Like I said, nothing too dramatic here, just some flips and rolls. But again, we're having the exact same issues as we had with the freestyle pack. There is a lot of jello in this footage. I mean, you know, on the plus side of things, the quad's actually handling quite nice for a whoop anyway. You know, I wasn't expecting any sort of dramatic performance from it, but you know, it was handling pretty well, especially in the little bit of wind that there was and all. I mean, overall, the picture isn't terrible. You know, it's just ruined by that bit of vibration from the jello. Somehow the vibration's getting through to the gyro on the camera. You know, when the footage isn't shaking with jello, it's actually pretty nice, to be fair. So that was the first couple of packs there. That was with RockSteady turned on. And there's no other way to describe it really other than a shit show. I mean, Jesus Christ, that was bad. There was jello left, right and centre. Like I said at the beginning of the flight footage there, I knew as soon as I took off, the vibration I could actually see in the goggles that was at the beginning of the video was absolutely terrible. But I kind of had my hopes up that, you know, it might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be. But Jesus Christ, that was terrible. Right, so just before we get back into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to me patrons or patron. So a massive thanks to Tegridy Frank. I hope I'm saying that right, mate. I really do. If you want me to shout your name out in my videos, there's links down in the video description from a Patreon. For as little as £1 a month, you can help support the channel and help me to make content like this. So, yeah, thanks again to Tegridy Frank. Right, back to the video. Now for pack 3 and 4. And with this one, like I said earlier, we're going to do first pack's going to be a bit of a cruise, second pack's going to be a little bit of freestyle, but this time we're going to run it through Gyroflow and see if that makes any difference. Right, so here we are on the Gyroflow section, and as you can see straight away there, exactly the same issue. You know, I mean, to be fair, I wasn't exactly expecting Gyroflow to solve the issue of the jello, but I did have my hopes up slightly. So yeah, this first little bit, yeah, we were just really having a little sort of cruise around like we did in the first section, just going through a few little gaps and, you know, just steady away really. Now I'm going to keep this section a lot shorter than the first two. Now as we move into the freestyle section, I think the faster movements and flips and rolls are sort of hiding the jello a little bit better. You know, it doesn't give you a high chance to catch the vibrations as much, but it's still definitely there. Like I say, it's a shame really, because this quad actually handles quite nice. It's just the obvious issue with the footage you get from it. So, that was pack 3 and 4, and we actually ran that footage through Gyroflow, don't forget. And did it make any difference? Did it fuck? I'm so disappointed with this thing, I really am. I was so looking forward to this. I just can't believe how bad the out-of-the-box experience is with it. I know I had heard this thing had issues, but fucking hell, that's terrible. It really, really is super bad. But it's not all bad. You know, as much as I've complained about the quality of the footage I'm getting out of this thing, the actual flying experiences I'm pretty surprised with it. It actually handles quite nice. You know, with it being such a big whoop, it feels really stable in the air. I know it's a weird thing to say. You know, it feels solid. Even with the little bit of wind that we had when we were out flying it about, it didn't feel like I was fighting it too much. You know, it didn't feel like it was blowing it off course. I know it is difficult to get an exact feel, especially when you've got vibration in your goggles as well as on the footage, you know. So it's not all bad. So what's the plans going forward then? Well, I'm not going to give up with this thing, you know. I really do want to make this work, because this is an ideal little quad just to have, you know, with me Radio Master Pocket and that. Literally have a tiny little go bag with this in, and I can go out and get some decent footage anywhere I want, really. So the plan is with this is to make some alterations. Now those alterations are going to be this. This is going to be really difficult to make out for you here, so I am going to put some close-up footage of this. This is a replacement canopy. Now one of the issues with the canopy on this currently is that it's only mounted in 3 points, so the front of it is actually free. So if you know, there's no support at the front there, so any vibration is going to be at the front of the canopy. I do also think, I genuinely think the gummies are too soft. Whether or not, you know, the vibrations that we got at the beginning of the flight, literally when I was just taking off, are literally the motors vibrating the gummies. Now, this quad I was on about at the beginning of the video, this is the Baby Turtle HD quad. Again, that has got an 04 air unit in, but this one is hard mounted. It's literally hard mounted in some TPU, and I get absolutely no jello on this whatsoever. So I wonder if the key to 04 Lite is maybe hard mounting it. I don't know really. Anyway, back to this quad. The plan is we're going to swap the canopy out to this one. This is a remix of the Vision 40 canopy by a guy called TC Moore. I'll put links to this canopy and all that down below. Now, not only does that change the canopy to one that's mounted in 4 points, it also allows you to use these. Now, these are the Flywoo ND filters for the 04 air unit. Part of the print for this canopy is a little separate mount on the inside there. Again, I know it's difficult to see. I will put some close-up footage on for you. It actually has a little locking system on front that allows you to put the ND filters on and lock them on. So hopefully that canopy and the ND filters will help with the jello and the video feed. And the last thing I'm going to do to it is change the propellers. Now, I know people are having a lot more success with the HQ 45mm other super light props wherever they are. Now I shouldn't be saying this really, being that I'm a sponsored gemfan pilot, but you have to use the tools you need to make things work for you. So yes, I'm going to make them alterations in a future video. I kind of want to keep this one as kind of what you get, what your experience is like out of the box type of video, and the next one's going to be what you have to do to make this thing work properly kind of video. So yeah, if you do want to say that, please make sure you are subscribed and ring that little bell to get notified when we add new content. And if you did like this video, please think about giving it a thumbs up, and like I said, subscribing. There's links down in the video description to this canopy, and I'll put some links down to the Flywoo ND filters and all. And I will put some links down to the Betafpv website, so if you wanted to get one of these, you can. Now, just so you know, that was an affiliate link. If you click that link and make a purchase, I will get a small commission. Doesn't cost you anything. I like to point that out because I know a lot of people don't like to use affiliate links. So what I will do, I'll have a clearly marked affiliate link. If you want to use that, you can. And below that, I'll just have a normal link that if you wanted to use that, you can. So like I say, yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you did find it helpful or enjoyable, please think about giving it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.